What up DIYers out there? Today I'm going to be doing another project. This is my second project that I'm recording, so I'm excited about that, and hopefully I'll keep them coming for you. Hopefully it inspire you to do some DIY projects of your own. By the way, this project is brought to you by DIY Certified Brand Co. It's DIYCBC.com and get your apparel today. Find the do-it-yourselfer within you. This project is going to be a simple project once again. It's going to be taking a ordinary closet and then turning it into a dog nook. Yes, a dog nook. I have two little dogs and wanted to basically give them a space of their own so they're not always in my space. But anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing today, and I'll take you step by step, show you some of the process of what I did to get that space, something that the dogs can appreciate. So stay tuned, and I hope you like it.
Okay, so welcome, come on in. And if you look to the left here, what you'll find is a typical closet. This closet is going to be the closet that we're going to use to make this new doggy space. So, you know what? Let's take a look inside. From first glance inside, you can see this closet looks exactly how we've been treating it, and that is just simply put, a mess. So first and foremost, what we'll need to do is go ahead and clear this space. So let's clear this space, and voila, just like that. Wish everything was that quick and easy. The closet is clear, but we can clearly see that there is a lot that we need to do. Well, not a lot, but there's things that we need to do. Repair the drywall, repair holes, this, that, and the other. So, I'm not going to keep you waiting. I'll go ahead and explain what I'm going to do in this next step. Alright, so now that we have the closet clear, what I'm going to be doing next is getting rid of the old baseboard. I'm going to prep the drywall by simply straight edging this section here so that it's center with the 2x4, patch this hole here, and install a new drywall. So let's get it done. By the way, I should have a dust mask on, but anyway, this step is done. Anyway, in this scene what you'll see is I installed the drywall, mesh tape, and 1 coat of spackle. What you will not see is that I installed maybe 2 to 3 more coats of spackle. Now on this scene, on the entire bottom portion of this closet, I installed a top coat. This is going to give me a smooth surface to apply my paint and my primer, or I should say primer and paint. I removed the top shelf, and wait for it, I left a little nub of the coat rod right there. Okay, now that it's primered, you can see to the left and right a little nub of the coat rod. I'm going to use that later for a special project. But anyway, I went with a dark primer simply because I'm going to be using a dark paint and I want the color to really show. The paint that I'll be using is a metal gray, which is a darker color, so therefore I went with a tinted primer. Now as you can see in this clip, I already installed the floor, no grout of course, installed the tile. And if you look to the left and the right, I installed 2 little doggy bones with my dog name in the middle. This will come in handy to hang the leash and collar, things of that sort. Okay, so on to the next step. So let's take care of this baseboard. And nice. The baseboard is in place. The only thing I'll have to do next is tack it to the wall, fill in the pinholes, and paint it to the same color as the inside. The tile on the floor has already been grouted in a previous step. Now it's time to work on the door. Being as though I'm not going to use the bottom portion of the door, you'll see me remove the hardware, which has been done already. I'm going to go ahead and measure to size. And I actually have a panel that's pre-cut. I want a smooth finish, therefore I'm going to install a panel on top of this door. I won't be needing the bottom portion simply because I'll be using the gate for the dogs to go in and go out. Okay, so now that I have everything measured out, I will proceed to go ahead and cut the bottom portion of the door. As I stated before in the previous step, I will not be needing this bottom. And just like that, the door is cut, and this is what it will look like. I'll grab the panel so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. I want a smooth finish, like so. Okay, so now that I have the door cut in half, it leaves me with just one hinge, meaning I'll need to miter out a second hinge. I can utilize the first hinge. The second hinge, I have to miter it out, which I'm doing in this step here, which is no problem. Okay, so let's make sure both hinges fit, and we're good. Okay, so as you can see here, the original hinge already has the screws drilled there, which is a good fit. But for the one that I just mitered out, I'll need to create new holes for the screws. So let's do it. Okay, this is a special bit, strictly for hinges there, as you can see, and I'm just showing how it works. But holes are drilled. Okay, so now that I installed the new hinge, I wanted to make sure the door was going to be flush and plumb, so I went ahead and hung the door along with its hardware, and yeah, turned out pretty good. As you can see, I also have the bones finished. Penny in there is Snickers. So the next thing we'll need to do is go ahead and paint the baseboard to the same color as the wall. I removed the door, painted the baseboard the same color as the wall, and everything looks pretty good, if I may say so myself. So next, I will go ahead and prep the door for the panel install.
Looks like someone still hasn't found that dusk mask. Remember, safety first.
Okay, now let's go ahead and clean the panel as well as the door so that we can tack these two together. Now that I have both parts clean, I can go ahead and apply my liquid nail. I'm going to be very generous with this liquid nail so that I can make sure this panel stick for years and years to come. And mind you, I'm only putting it in places that the panel is going to come in contact with the door, as you can see.
Now let's see if the panel fits. And it does, of course it does. Keep in mind, I put some bricks on here as you'll see in this video, but it wasn't enough weight, so therefore I added more weight to it and let it set overnight. Now once that side dried with the panel, I went ahead and painted the inside portion of the door, of course the same color as the inside of the closet, which is now a Doggie Nook. This is what it looks like once the door is hung with the panel. So there's the gate at the bottom there that I added. That's simply a baby gate that I was able to find online, and it works great for this application. You can see the floor is done. Everything's pretty much done here. I added a floating shelf. Trim is done. 2 lights underneath that floating shelf. And this is the base. It's actually floating simply because I set it on top of the baseboard, and this will be for the doggy bed, which is a baby mattress that I found.
And we have made it to the end. This is the finished project. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. Hopefully it gives you some ideas of your own if you're gonna do a project like this one. Thank you all for watching. And we have one little dog working on the to-do number 1, as you can see there. Number 1 being lounge. Once again, thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed it. Have a good one.